Hello and welcome back to Wanderland. So today we are in Covent Garden and we're going to have afternoon tea here at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. So come along with me down the rabbit hole and we'll experience it together. Well, hello. It looks like we made it down the rabbit hole and we're here for a lovely afternoon tea. I have never been to this afternoon tea before, and this location is absolutely beautiful. It has very, very high ceilings and it's all in turquoise and gold, the most beautiful chandeliers hanging, and then there's busts dotted around the building, around the room, and it has to do with different people that have helped with this theater. It's very interesting, and there's also a huge, lovely ornate bar right in the center of the whole room, and there's beautiful music playing over the head in the speakers, and it's just such a nice atmosphere. I am so looking forward to this afternoon tea. So first things first, I was brought a welcome drink. It's a cold Rubio's tea. So let's try it out. Oh, it's really refreshing being cold. You know, it takes a while to get to London and it's nice to be welcomed with a nice cold drink. But it's a very earthy taste and it's very sweet. I like it very much, kind of vanilla-y, kind of caramely. I do like it. It's very nice. I do like iced tea though. You don't see it a lot here in London. The Regency afternoon tea is what I opted for, and it's £59 a person. And if you'd like a glass of Rosé Taittinger, it's going to cost you £10 more. So cheers. And let's have a lovely afternoon tea together. I just received my tea tower and it's so little and petite. It's really lovely. It's a silver tea tower and it has 2 layers to it. And it's a little different because my savories are served in a separate plate on the side. So on the tea tower are my desserts, and it looks like there's 3 different ones. And then on the bottom plate is my 1 scone with clotted cream and jam. And once again, with my savories, I have 3 different selections as well. I also received my pot of tea already. I opted for Earl Grey tea. I'm going traditional today. And I looked on the menu, there's only 7 different kinds of tea, but I will make sure to leave a picture of that on my community tab on my YouTube page so you can check those out. But also you can have many different kinds of cafes or lattes or even hot chocolate. So I'm sure you'll find something for everyone. I'm going to try my Earl Grey tea and make sure it's up to snuff. Oh yes, it is. I haven't had Earl Grey for a little while. You know, that bergamot in it, a little bit of orangey citrus taste. It's always just wonderful. Well, I suppose there's nothing more for me to tell you, so let's get this afternoon tea started. I was told to start with my coronation chicken pie with onion chutney, so let's give it a go. It sounds wonderful. As I am cutting into this chicken pie, I can tell that it's still warm and it's rather flaky. The crust seems very nice. There's a nice generous portion of the onion chutney. I'm salivating because I'm so hungry. Sorry about that. But yeah, it looks really good. That was really delicious and it was still warm. It didn't taste like a typical coronation chicken sandwich. Not at all. It was like stewed chicken in kind of a gravy, and there was potatoes, I believe, and I even found some pistachio nuts in it. Ooh, it was very exotic tasting. It was very delicious. But like I said, unlike any kind of coronation chicken that you've tried before, and there's a little bit of heat with it too from spice. So very delicious. And the pastry was nice and flaky, like I said before. So this one looks interesting. It's an English whipped feta with heritage carrot madeleine. So look at that, isn't that pretty? All the different colored of carrots on a madeleine. So, and it smells delightful. This is delicious. I went into trying this thinking, I know that whipped feta is going to be a star, but I think everything worked together. The madeleine itself was kind of spongy, and it was very cheesy as well. But those pickled little carrots were so sweet. They were just amazing. But then you have the tartness of the whipped feta, you know, the saltiness. Oh my gosh, all things considered, it made my jaw kind of clench because it was so delicious. Have you ever had that experience where you try something and it's like, oh, your flavor taste buds are just going crazy? Well, that's what just happened on that little delight. So yeah, the second one was better than the first one. It's 1 o'clock right now on a Sunday, and there is nobody else here in this whole establishment except for me and the wait staff. It's pretty amazing to be dining in such opulent surroundings all by myself. I feel very special, very, very special. For my last of my savories, it is a John Ross Jr. smoked salmon with Earl Grey infused cream cheese on a little crumpet. So here it is. It looks great. Oh, and it smells so delightful. Delicious. Can't wait to try it. That in itself was very nice. I'm not a fan of crumpets. They're a little too spongy for me, and it was a very large crumpet, so it was very bready. But the salmon itself was very delicious. I didn't really detect the Earl Grey cream cheese infused, but that's okay. The little round bit on top, it was a rounded piece of cucumber, so it was very nice. It goes very well with a bit of rabbit juice, definitely. Here's something that's very nice. I did ask if the savories were refillable, and the lady kindly said, absolutely they are. And I told her I'd love another one of those whipped fetas. Ooh, they were so delicious. So I'm gonna have one more of those, but that's nice. So although there's only 3 different savories, you can have refills on them. Well, it looks like it's time for our scone. We're going to be having a fruited scone with our clotted cream and jam. So I'll let you know how it goes when I have it. Yes, they do know what they're doing with their scones. It was delightful. I broke it in half and it just crumbled. It was crispier on the outside. It seems that there was a bit of sugar or something that's caramelized on the top of it, with lots of plump sultanas, nice and pillowy on the inside. That was definitely strawberry jam on the offering for my jam. Nice thick clotted cream. It was delicious. Yeah, they know what they're doing here at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. Definitely. So you can't take me anywhere. I was told to eat my sandwiches in a certain way, which I did. But because it's taken this long for me to get to my sweet courses, I messed it up big time. I waited too long, and as you can see exactly what I did and what is left of my first little sweet, and that was a fresh mint stracciatella ice cream, chocolate bourbon biscuit dipped in original beans with 70% chocolate. You saw what's left of it, so let me give it a little spoon taste and see what it tastes like for you. I loved that mint ice cream and chocolate bourbon biscuit little dessert, even though I had to use my fork and knife to try to get some of that melted ice cream up. I didn't think to look for my teaspoon because I don't usually put sugar in my tea, but that's okay. It was delicious. It was definitely fresh mint that was made into a beautiful ice cream, and the really deep, beautiful chocolate just set the whole thing off. So it was very delightful. So let's go on to our next little treat, and I think it's going to be a good one. So what you're seeing now is a miniature sticky toffee pudding with custard, salted caramel, caramelized popcorn, and edible glitter. Wow, I love it. Sticky toffee pudding is one of my favorite desserts here in the UK. The miniature sticky toffee cake was delicious. There's a lot of salted caramel that kind of went through the middle of it, and then the popcorn on top was really nice for a little bit of crunch. But sticky toffee pudding is made of dates, so it's rather sweet, and there's a lot of spices in there, a little bit of ginger. And yeah, it's very delicious. It was very, very nice. We're going to round off our afternoon tea here with the cake that brought me in here. And we're also going to wrap up Valentine's month with this hot pink iced vanilla cake with passion fruit, buttercream, and a handmade chocolate cupid. This looks adorable. I hope it's as good as it looks. Well, that was a bit of a shame, but I had a feeling I knew it would be. So, any kind of layer cake in this country, I've learned it's nothing like an American cake, but that's okay. This cake was a little bit drier. It's not nearly as sweet as American layered cakes are. I did like the passion fruit that was in between the layers, but I feel that there should have been a lot more of that filling. I think that would have really elevated it. The pretty pink icing on the top was not sweet at all. It's, a little disappointing, I know I shouldn't be like that, but that's my honest opinion. When you're looking at a big, pretty pink cake, you want something really sweet and just lush, right? So, but it's okay. It's nothing that a little Earl Grey won't turn around the situation. So up next, I will tell you about what I think about this afternoon tea. So I've come to my end of my afternoon tea here at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane. Why can't I say that? The Theatre Royal Drury Lane. That's where I am. But yes, I had a very nice time. It was definitely a traditional afternoon tea. And while there's only 3 different kinds of savories, you do get bottomless savories. So if you want more, you can have more. It comes with 3 different kinds of patisserie, as well as your scone and clotted cream. Now, this is in a tourist location, but I preferred this a lot more than the Royal Albert Hall. If you'd like to see that video, I'll leave a link below in the comments. But this was very nice. I think the staff was very accommodating, and the surroundings are absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're magnificent. Look at them for yourself. They are beautiful. I would come back just for the surroundings. But as for an afternoon tea, I don't think I would come back because I feel that I have experienced all that I can here. The food was delightful. I think the food was very good. Everything I had was quite delicious, except for that adorable pink cake, which I really hoped it would be. It was good. It was a higher price point. Yeah, what was it, £59 a person to start? So yeah, but with that, I'm going to say it again. If you wanted more food, you can have more food. A lot of the lesser expensive afternoon teas here in London, you do not get refills. So it's a toss-up. If you're really hungry, it might be better off if you come to a place like this. So with that, I'm going to leave you. I would ask you to please like and subscribe, and I will see you next week for another afternoon tea here in London. Bye-bye.